keeps getting moved.
Yep.
All right. Let me stand and do the pledge of
Yep,
allegiance.
just give it 2 seconds till it goes live.
We are live. Okay. I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stephen may show up late, depends if he can get out of school. And of course, our friend Sheila is away. Everybody else is here. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting. Any discussion?
Second.
There being none, all those in favor? Aye. All right. Director's report.
All right, you have a copy of the report in your packets. Just want to go over some of the events that happened and some that are upcoming. So in January, we were able to book 140 tax appointments, and we do have 20 people on the wait list. We're hoping to get those 20 people in by either fitting them in at the end of the day or scheduling another day or two. So we're hoping to be able to cover those tax appointments. Growing Places, the sampling went well for the jellies, and their next meeting will be on February 23rd, and we'll start producing the product at that time. The emergency preparedness bingo was very informative. Everybody who came got a lot out of that. Wild Women Karaoke was hilarious, to say the least. The center had a Foxwoods Casino trip, 2 buses going down. That was rescheduled for this coming Sunday, February 19th. The bus will leave from St. John's parking lot at 9 a.m., returning at 5:40 p.m. The Central Mass Agency on Aging continues to assist us with Grady's Groceries, our food pantry, and their benefactor will be coming for a tour. It's been rescheduled twice, and I don't have a new date as of right now. We did have once a month, or as often as we can, we're going to have some outside restaurants or venues preparing a meal for our clients. And last month we had Vegan Nest, and they did a mock chicken Alfredo with blister potatoes and side salad, and everyone enjoyed the meal a lot. And I believe in March, we'll be having the Mexican restaurant down here on High Street will be our guest. In February, the Wild Women watched the movie Chocolat and had some chocolate here. All the tax appointments began, and they went really well. Our first day was Monday, and then they were here again today. We had a chocolate tasting with Therapy Gardens, and that was enjoyed by all. Our Valentine's luncheon was full, and that was yesterday. We have no center meal this week as we have the Veterans Breakfast on Friday. So we had 2 big events this week already. Like I said, we're going to Foxwoods Casino on Sunday. We are closed on Monday, President's Day. Tuesday, we have our Mardi Gras celebration. We'll be having chicken and pork gumbo with king cake, collard greens, and sweet tea. And we have our grief support group on the 22nd. On the 23rd, the dinner at the center will be pork loin with potatoes and veggies. And our dinners are home-cooked meals here on the premises by our meal site manager. And they're $5, and that includes your meal, your dessert, your beverage, and you don't have to tip anybody. So it's the best deal in town. February 23rd, we have it's the 4th Thursday of every month. We have Growing Places does their indoor farmers market. They set up out here, and they have everything from squash, zucchinis, and you name it. They have vegetables galore. So please stop by. That's from 3 to 5. Best of Times, our travel agent, will be doing a presentation here on the 27th at 1 p.m. for some of our upcoming trips. And that's listed a little down further here. In March, we have our breakfast we've been doing at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays has been not well attended. So we're going to change it up because the feedback we got is that by 9 o'clock they've already eaten. So we're going to be having breakfast every Wednesday at 7 a.m. So anybody who's interested can give us a call, sign up for breakfast Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Our Serve Safe certification training will be held in March. We have a new program, which is going to be our Monday afternoon at the movies. And basically, it's going to be this on March 6th is going to be Maverick with Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick. So we'll have the popcorn machine and some refreshments and things here. On March 8th, the Wild Women are doing a tea blending. On March 9th, our new art class starts. We were able to partner with the middle school art teacher, and his name is Kevin Raffner, and he will be here every second Thursday to do an art class in the evening at 5:30. March 9th, we have our Emmett Cahill day trip. March 13th, we have a Hospice 101 presentation by Brookhaven Hospice. And even if you don't know anybody who is at the end of life stage, it is a very informative meeting to attend. It's good information to know. On March 15th, Aladdin will be at the Hanover Theater. We do have tickets available. Still. So if you want to go see Aladdin, you can make that happen. March 16th, St. Patrick's Day luncheon. We're going to be having shepherd's pie. March 17th, we're having an Irish-themed veterans breakfast. On March 20th, we're having a virtual painting class. So that'll be in this room, and we'll have the projector set up, and we'll be painting using a virtual instructor. So we'll have all the supplies you need, and we'll have that happening. March 22nd will be breakfast with the police, Clinton Police Department. On March 23rd, dinner at the center will be, and I can't say the word, it's the Mexican restaurant, Taqueria El Amigo on High Street. On March 23rd, Growing Places again will have the indoor farmers market. March 27th, Howie Newman will be doing his performance of musical baseball. He was a baseball reporter for many years. And on March 30th is Medicare, Planning for Medicare with Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 5 o'clock. Some of the April highlights that are coming up is we do have a trip in April to the Isabel Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. We have our April Fool's Day lunch. We have Fran Hart, which has music of the 70s. We have a crafting class with Debbie Weatherby, and we're going to be making silk scarves, which are always nice to make and have as gifts as well. The Thursday nights are continuing to be fabulous, so we are going to, in the spring, introduce a Tuesday night. So we'll have 2 nights a week that will be open for our younger seniors. Like I said, we have the trip to Foxwoods, Emmett Cahill, and Aladdin. And then facility updates, we're still waiting for the parts for the back door.
Mhm.
They should be in soon, and we can get that going. And then we do have the painting of the building will be going out to bid very shortly. And I believe that is,
One more page.
there's one more page.
Handicap accessible button.
Yep, that's the one that's coming in soon. And then, like I said, the rest of it's, like I said, the exterior painting, the bids will be going out very shortly. And tax work-off program has already started. And just for everyone's information, especially those at home, those who applied for fuel assistance back in September, October, they're starting to finally get the approvals now. So just so you know, those are just starting to roll out now.
Everything's behind.
Everything's behind.
Okay.
So, and I believe that covers mostly everything.
Thank you, Deb.
All right, on to old business. Warrant approval. I'll entertain a motion to approve the financial warrant that Deb has provided us with all the backup.
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Aye. All right. Deb gave us the community garden update, so they're gonna be doing an update on the 23rd?
February 23rd.
Okay.
And I am meeting with them, just so you know as well, we are meeting with the Boy Scouts. There is an Eagle Scout that's going to be making some, hopefully making temporary beds for us so that they'll be able to plant this season before we get the funding to put the permanent community garden in. So,
Do we know if, Phil Duffy, the Community and Economic Development
Yep.
Director, was gonna put this in as part of the?
he did,
He did put
he
it in.
did, yeah.
Okay.
So I think they're looking at $60,000.
Okay,
There'll be handicap accessible garden beds all behind the carriage house. And it'll be that whole project, but it will not be able to be done by this spring planting season.
right,
So the Eagle Scout will be making us some beds that they'll be able to, those who want to plant this year still before that project takes place.
yeah, because those usually don't come out till later in the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, and we've been updated on the facilities, the bylaws and the gift donation policy, they are still under consideration by the select board. Deb, the RTA contract,
So in your packet, there should be some numbers that I crunched for you, just to give you an idea of what we've been paying for, the drivers, the dispatcher. No, it's not that one. That is it, yeah, yeah. So it just gives you a kind of a breakdown. So we're reimbursed 60,000.
Yeah.
But we're spending more than that. We're spending, substantially more than that. So it would be in our best interest, and the WRITA has said with the amount of volume that we do, it would be expected that we could go back to them and actually, renegotiate the contract for the next contract, not for this one,
Yeah.
but for the next one. So I kind of gave you some figures of the salaries. It doesn't include like fuel because they fill up at the town barn.
Okay.
So I don't have those numbers, but it gives you an idea of what we'd be looking at to go back with.
Deb, do you know off the top of your head for the van drivers, how many hours do they do in a year?
Well, they do 7 a day, 2 vans. So you get 14,
5 days a week?
5 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the current contract goes through the June of this year?
I included the contract in your packets.
Yeah, it says June.
It says June, yeah.
23.
2023.
So that's why I wanted to put it in front of you now, just to put it on the radar for when they start.
I mean, it makes sense to us.
Yeah, I mean,
What they say.
no, right. And that's
Yeah.
the thing.
right,
All right.
okay. Moving right along, new business. We'll start, Clinton Council on Aging Angels fundraising update.
Good afternoon, everyone.
How are you?
Thanks, Suzanne.
I think the last time I met with you, it was in November. It's nice to see Deb and Henry. I'm Suzanne Jewett. I don't know that we've actually been introduced, but I represent the Council on Aging Angels, as you've said. We made some great progress since I last was visiting with you. We have gotten our tax exempt number set in place, a bank account, thanks to Mercer Credit Union. And we actually recently, just this past weekend, thanks to the Super Bowl, we actually completed our first fundraising. Some of the funds that we were able to create will be helping to defray the cost of getting set up. And all good things have been happening. We've been meeting pretty regularly, and our plan is to, again, meet regularly with Deb to find out about the new programs coming in, what money is needed, and try to slowly but quickly get the money to, that doesn't make sense, but slowly making the money, but quickly get it to Deb so that we can defray the costs of upcoming programs. So we'll regularly communicate. And we've been meeting here anyway, so that makes it a little bit easier. And what else? I have my little cheat note here just to make sure I don't forget something. The only other thing is I'm here to cordially invite you to our next fundraiser, which will be taking place on, I've never been to one, but I understand there's quite a following for a chicken shoot. And it will be taking place on March 12th on Sunday afternoon from 1 to 3. And just so you won't forget, I have a little handbill for each of you.
Okay,
And thank you, sure.
thank you.
And there's quite a bit of effort that's been going in. Again, I've never been, but I know that there'll be all kinds of gift baskets and 50-50 raffle. And, oops, I have to give you one things. And do I want to hold this up to the camera? I don't know how best to do this. Or is it just gonna be online? How close do I get? I don't even know.
Oh, keep going, keep going, you're good.
Is this,
Sorry, I'll hold still. Perfect.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Any questions for me?
No, thank you.
We pretty regularly meet, so feel free to funnel any questions to us that you may have, even when we're not together.
Well, I think having both you and our friends,
Yes.
friends of the senior center here at the same time, it's good that you're both here because that way, if you're touching bases with Deb, then
Mm-hmm.
you know that as we're moving forward, the programming and activities,
Yes.
if either group wants to sponsor something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we provide them with a list of programs, activities that are ongoing, and then
Perfect.
you guys can decide
That's
what
great.
you want to give to.
Hopefully,
But I know, what is it, Deb, like 2 months in advance is probably the best,
Yeah, at least.
only because you can run into, just for the purposes of timing, you can
That's
run
right.
into some, you know, we'd like to give to this, but, you know, it's already been paid for,
Right.
and we don't want to run into that
that's
for
right.
either group. I mean,
That's
we wanna make sure
absolutely,
that-
and the more money that we can raise, the best cost can be, presented to the seniors, and that's what our aim is all along. So hopefully we'll continue to meet with great success and continue to present successful stories to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and Susan,
Okay, good afternoon.
how are you?
Good, how are you? Happy
Nice
New
to
Year,
see
I think.
Yeah, Happy New Year, nice to see you.
Thank you. So just wanted to give an update for the January calendar raffle, where we weren't able to sell them here. We did take quite a bit of a loss this year. So next year, we're going to start earlier. We already got the calendars being made up. And
And you're gonna have a few boxes listed or?
we're going to do a different address, yep, on them. We're just trying to find out if we will be able to sell them up here next year, since we were denied this year to sell them up here. So people have asked, that people that we had pulled the raffle said that they usually get them up here. They said they weren't anywhere to be found. So,
I don't think you're denied selling them up here. I think you didn't have anybody to sit here and sell them. Because we can't sell them for you. So if you wanted to set up with the program coordinator
mhm.
and then have a time and date and have a table set up that you could do that at, that would work.
Okay, you didn't say that before. You took away our calendars, took away our box, and everything was taken away. You still have the calendars. We don't even have those raffles.
And I think the money responsibility was a question as well. Can you leave them here, a senior pick them up, and then have like a specific time when a friend would be here? That we could, like if I bought a calendar and I knew you were gonna be here between 10 and 12 on Friday, I could bring it to a senior member. I know it would require some coordination, but I think the center didn't want to be liable for the money.
No, so Kieran Bailey's always here every Tuesday and Friday, so she was willing to do that.
That would work,
that would work.
that would work fine.
Okay, and that's what she was doing before. She would just take
Specific.
the money out, but she would take the money out of our box, and then we would have it.
How about if we don't have a box, if Karen has specific times, and we return our raffles directly to Karen, and she gets the money.
Yeah.
There's no middle person there.
So the person that's buying them needs to be here as well to give them to
Yeah.
Karen.
No, like I pick it up, I come on Tuesday morning, I pick it up on Tuesday morning, I take it home, I get my money for you, and I bring it back on Friday. Or if I pick it up and Karen's here, I give her my money then.
Okay,
But we have a friend here who's liable for the
Yeah.
money, and it's not just in a box at the center.
Yeah, if Mrs.
Okay.
Bailey's gonna be here on Tuesdays and Fridays, that's perfectly fine. I mean,
okay.
Yeah,
I'll
you just ask Shannon if there's a space that they can set up and have a table that people could come in and.
Yeah. yeah, just fill out the.
But instead of a table, can we just leave them like we used to do at the reception area? So
No.
people,
No, that's what we're saying. If somebody's here,
Mhm.
they're gonna go to that person to buy and sell the calendar.
but we can't just leave them here to take it on their way out? That's what they used to do. That's where we're losing a lot of the money was,
But then how are they getting you the money? If they're taking a piece of paper, the calendar, and they're
Mhm.
leaving,
You bring it back. and
or they would
then-
message me on Facebook. I would go pick it up. We've done tons of ways. There's less than 5 raffles have been mailed here each year.
Why
So I
don't
mean,
why don't we set it up so that if Karen's gonna be available, like on a Tuesday or a Friday, people can come pick up the form from her, for an hour, if she set up at a table, here's the forms, people can take them home, bring them back on another day.
Okay, so the reason she's up here is to participate in activities.
Yep.
So I don't want to take her away from participating. I know one is Marjan, I think.
Yeah, they're here.
And then I think just the other one's just basic cards.
So if she could stay an hour after or an hour before, and so basically the request is to have somebody here on site selling. And whatever that looks like for you guys, if there's a volunteer that wants to come up for 2 hours once a week,
Okay,
so basically we're looking for, not to be responsible for the money. So if somebody is here to collect that and pick up the calendars, that would make the best sense.
The only sticking point, and Claire just mentioned it, people who are here on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, they would be hard pressed to get a calendar.
so what we were thinking about is if we put an envelope with a stamp on it, stapled it to each raffle, put the mailbox on their number, whatever. So if they took it, they can walk out with it and do what they want. They can either,
Mail
put
it.
money, mail it, put money in there or not, if they decide not to.
We can think about it we've got a year.
So we'll work on those details.
Okay.
We'll work with it.
Well, yeah, 'cause we took a pretty big loss this year, so we're hoping to recoup. But that's all we have.
Okay. All right.
Oh, wait a minute, Susan, there's a request here that Shannon and Sandy sent to the
Oh, yeah.
PR group.
Did-
Upcoming day trips, did your group have a chance to discuss her request yet?
When did she send it?
January 30th at 11 o'clock in the morning.
So actually, it's an actual breakdown of.
It's not my
costs.
email address. She put .net and not .com.
Okay,
That's,
probably why
Could
you
you
did.
reach out to Shannon and give her your correct email?
sure. I honestly thought she had it because we do communicate quite a bit. So
Okay.
I will,
Yeah, just double check with her. So what she wanted to do was let you know what was coming up for activities through the senior center, like the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum and the Newport Playhouse.
okay.
And she gave you a breakdown of the cost so that you
Okay.
knew what each
Right.
piece was.
No, great. Thank you.
And
All right.
is there any, plans, if the last time that there was a donation was November? Do you have any plans to be donating?
We have we didn't have a meeting in January. We never do. And we have our next meeting tomorrow night. So we have nothing else. And like I said, I didn't see this or I would have, so I'll just add to our agenda
All
for
right,
tomorrow
well,
night.
that's good. You can actually
Yeah.
discuss it with the group and see
No,
what-
exactly. Tomorrow, yeah.
some feedback on that and see
Yep.
how you guys would like to proceed.
Perfect.
One or the other or both. It's up to you.
Right. Okay.
We're just grateful that we have two groups.
No, exactly. So, and like I said, it's a big, we did take a really large hit this year for the calendar raffle. So that does come into play. And that's why we're curious about expenses this year, as we usually do, ask what, you guys looking at for expenses, just so we can also plan accordingly.
Do you have do you get the,
I do not. Are there any out there?
Yes.
Okay. I'll grab
because
them.
that gives you a great list of what's coming up. Again, timing wise, this may be too late to donate to because it's
It's-
already scheduled and paid for. But, it does keep you informed as to what's going on here. And I did think that you said something about volunteer,
But
in
I
an email.
actually sent her an email and said that, we don't get involved with the volunteering activities, that go ahead and talk to Sherry Brown.
Well, the reason I was asking that is that a lot of towns are doing volunteering fairs down the Cape. So that's the only reason why I wanted to bring it up, just to mention that for like their basic Friends Bigelow, not just saying, I'm just putting things out there, but Council on Aging, things like that, do a fair. Because I guess my uncle lives down the Cape and he said
Yeah,
there's a lot of interest. That's why I will go to Sherry. I just haven't gone.
Yeah,
to it yet.
Sherry has been working with like Brendan Bailey on the veteran tax work-off program and other. The problem has been that there hasn't been enough vacancies or space for people to do like some of these programs.
Oh.
But she's coordinating all of the volunteer activities for the center.
Okay,
So
Great.
I apologize, I thought it was something that the Friends were looking to volunteer. And again, obviously, Sherry does do that.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
anybody wants to volunteer, they're always welcome.
I appreciate that. And like I said, unfortunately, the majority, well, the legacy members, I really can't count. I can't speak for them. I know my mother alone is in Florida for the winter every year. But the early younger members, we all work full time. So unfortunately, we can't really do it during the day.
Right.
You have a Thursday night crowd.
Yes, yes. Yes, Thursday nights, Thursday and weekends, we can do it, but unfortunately, weekdays, we can't.
No, we understand. All right,
Thank you.
thank you. We have anything else? There being none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will second.
Is there any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Aye. We're done.
Thank you.
And we are off.